Okay guys, here's Valladolid one more time. We're going to just take a walk in the streets, maybe one last time. I mean, already we walked pretty much most of it around the city center here, but maybe we can just go this way and then we'll go around the block and then we'll come back. It's getting pretty busy at this time, you know, it's almost 3 now, I think, 3 in the afternoon. So we got here at 11:30. Initially we just wanted to stay here for a few hours, which is what we're doing. And here's, by the way, this is our ice cream shop where we got that guanabana and mamey ice cream. So that was pretty good. The ice cream was amazing. It looks like it was homemade ice cream. I even found a guanabana seed in the ice cream, so that means that it's completely natural ice cream. That was great stuff. Pleasantly surprised. They even told me that they have guanabana trees in the area around here. Obviously not within the city, but when you go to villages, you can find guanabana trees. Farmers do grow guanabana, so all of that can be found there. But right now, don't forget, we're in an urban area. It's very dry here. The climate in this part of the Yucatan Peninsula is drier than on the coast where we're staying. They have a public bathroom. Interesting stuff. So very dry, hot but dry. So you can withstand it. You can tolerate it better. Let's maybe walk down Calle 44 and see what can be found over there. Oh, look at that, different food stands.
Honey, be careful, there's a lady behind you.
Oh, lo siento, señora. Alright, so you see that group of tourists? They're probably going to La Casona de Valladolid, to their restaurant. I think that most stores end up being there. But since we were talking about Granada, I think that this street here is like the Municipal market in Granada where we went. So we'll check it out. I just want to see if those tourists, yeah, exactly, the tourists are going exactly to that restaurant where we went. It's part of all those Chichen Itza tours. But now, for the time being, let's check out the Municipal market in Valladolid, in the state of Yucatan. This will be interesting here. A lot of natives from the surrounding villages. So this is the traditional food: corn, oranges, oatmeal, mango. They have small peppers. Yeah, they have that. Here they have tacos, as the lady said. So that's perfect. Oh, look at this here. Bacana está. Buena señora, ¿se puede comprar una fruta que se llama guanábana alrededor de aquí en alguna parte? No hay, ¿eh? No hay ahorita. Ok. Gracias. So did you hear they were speaking the Mayan language there? Yeah. Pretty awesome. So all of these locals here speak the Yucatec Mayan language. For me, this is gold. It's amazing. Look at the produce here. Amazing stuff. The only thing is that I have to be careful because they're all short. So I'm a tall guy, so I have to duck because otherwise I'll bang my head on the roof. They have mangoes. They have some roots, peppers, all kinds of things. This is great. This is that local mercadito, like in Granada. Perfect. Let's see what else is out there. What kind of fruit do they have here? Oh, those look like those are avocados, I think. Este es aguacate, señor. ¿Y tienen guanábana?
Guanábana no.
No hay ahorita.
No hay, no es temporada. Bueno, siempre hay temporada para eso.
temporada. ¿En qué parte del año se puede conseguir guanábana?
A ver, guanábana apenas de marzo, abril, mayo.
En mayo, ¿ah? Gracias, señor. So, guanábana is seasonal in the month of May. So we're in March. So they don't have it yet. They have avocados though, all kinds of spices, peanuts, all kinds of stuff from the villages around here. I think that the market continues down that street all the way to who knows where. They're renting out bicycles over there. That's pretty interesting. So as you guys can see, this is a Mayan area. So they speak Spanish, but they speak also the Yucatec Mayan language among themselves. Another produce stand, oranges, mandarins. Yeah, the Yucatec Mayan language is the local language of this area. So let's attempt to cross. Oh, I think there's some kind of a carnival. Remember how the carnival they were mentioning that?
Yeah.
That is down there, I think. The last day. But we'll go check it out. Yeah. So on our way to Valladolid from Tulum, we had some people that stopped us along the road. So we weren't really sure if they were trying to sell us something or they were telling us, oh, okay, well, come here, come visit this, or even if we were being pulled over because you can't really tell. And we did stop. So they told us that they work for the government of this local state, the state of Yucatan, and they said, no, if you go to Chichen Itza today, Chichen Itza is that Mayan temple site which is not far from here. They're saying if you go there today, be careful because there are a lot of people, so drive carefully, right? And they even said, Valladolid, buena señora, ¿qué tipo de comida se hace?
Tamales hay de pollo y hay de puerco.
Tamales de pollo y de puerco.
Hay de pollo, de puerco y vegetariano.
¿Cuánto valen?
¿A 25?
25. Do you want a tamale with the chicken?
Hay vegetariano, igual es solo de masa con frijol, pepita y cilantro.
Sí. Vamos a comprar, you want pork or chicken?
Chicken.
Okay. Can you hold the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Un de pollo para mí y un otro de pollo para ella.
Dos de pollo.
Dos de pollo, por favor. So, tamales, I think they have something similar in Nicaragua. This is, as you see, it goes in a banana leaf, and inside you have chicken or pork. So there are several varieties, several things that you can put inside.
This one here, she said, I think it's vegetarian.
And there's also
Enterrados,
vegetarian.
estos son bajo la tierra.
Bajo de la tierra.
Sí.
Bueno.
Es con pura brasa.
Es como
piedra.
una comida maya yucatec.
Sí.
¿Usted habla el idioma yucatec?
Sí, poco.
Yo conozco solamente una palabra, balam.
Balam.
De jaguar.
Balam, jaguar, ¿vintió?
¿Cómo?
Él es de
Balam.
Balam, bin, jaguar, bin. Es picante. Eso yo no lo sabía. Es jaguar no lo sabíamos que.
No.
Balam.
Gracias.
Gracias.
So we got tamales.
Yeah.
I think in Nicaragua they make something similar that
I don't-
goes in banana leaves.
I don't think we tried it though.
We never tried it though, yeah. But they don't call them tamales. They call them something else. So yeah, there's a chicken inside. So we'll keep this for later.
Yeah.
Thank you. Look at this. Mercado de Artesanías. And we've been here? No, we haven't. We haven't been here. Look at this. And it's cooler. Cooler when they're here. Okay, so this will be some kind of a mall, like indoor shopping mall, but it's not really indoors. Because obviously, it's so hot outside, they have to keep everything open.
Almost like a flea market.
Almost like a flea market, yes. Yes, absolutely, almost like a flea market. Oh, look at that, Cocina la Yucateca. That's Yucatan cuisine. But we did get our cuisine for the day, the tamales. Want to put them maybe in a bag?
Yeah.
My backpack? So, yeah, so we're trying not to eat out too much, only because, we got all of our groceries at Soriana. We're staying here in total for 2 weeks and 3 days. So we did a lot of grocery shopping, but we had to try these tamales, this traditional, typical Yucatec cuisine in this area here. And let's continue going out on that street. What great material I find when you take a walk on the street as opposed to being a luxury. That's not what the life is all about. Look at this bank here, Banco Azteca. Awesome. So the carnival, I believe, was over there. It's the last day of the carnival, so that's where it will be happening. And like I said, those people from the government of the state of Yucatan told us to drive with care within the town of Valladolid. I think they were just telling tourists to be careful in general, because the last thing they want is incidents and accidents happening in this beautiful, beautiful colonial Spanish town from the 16th century. What a gem this is, truly. Nicaragua, the state of Yucatan and Quintana Roo in Mexico. Also, I don't know if I ever told you guys, but I am planning to go to Venezuela. As a matter of fact, I wanted to go to Venezuela now instead of coming to Mexico. The problem is that we need a visa with our passports, and the Venezuelan embassy is closed. So the closest place to obtain a visa for Venezuela would be Mexico City. And then once you're in Mexico, well, you might as well stay in Mexico, because there are so many things to see. And here we are. Well, look at this. Look how great this is. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm guessing that the carnival was taking place around here. That's what it looks like. Another fruit stand. Yeah, let's go in on that block. It's a bit more quiet here, but nevertheless, it's still beautiful. What a gem, what a spectacular little town. Just a great place to be. So come to Valladolid, you'll love it. Look at this square here. Another spectacular, splendid square in another part of Valladolid. Well, this is like, when you walk from Granada towards the waterfront, it's exactly like that. There are hotels here, accommodation. Prohibido tirar su basura. What's this? Another church, like they told us here. Okay, so it says something here. Barrio de la Candelaria. Every barrio, every neighborhood has its own church. That's how these Spanish colonial towns used to work. And this is that central square with their church, Nuestra Señora de la Candelaria, Santuario Mariano. A big door, a big wooden door, from back in the day. Can we see what's inside? Oh yes. It's a courtyard. It's a courtyard. Interesting. All these old buildings made out of stone were made like that. No, they were a solid rock building, and then they had that interior yard within where the nobility, or at least the local Spanish nobility here, not nobility, but the local Spaniards would live and would have their families living there. At the same time, the houses were serving as fortresses as well, because they were native rebellions, so they had to withstand attack. I think we ended up at the end of this historical barrio. Maybe we can cross here and then come back through there. huge tree. Yeah, here's what the church looks like from far. Burrito Amor. And you see how they put some white paint on trees. That's because presumably there are parasites here that would attack the tree. So to prevent it from dying from bugs and parasites, they had to, they had to actually paint the trunk white. I had to put lime on the tree. This hotel is called Hotel Fundadores. Presumably, it's very good accommodation. It looks great, and it's at a walking distance from the very core, the very center of the city of Valladolid. So you can see it's newly renovated. It's brand new. No idea what it costs to be there. What the fare is per night. But there are many accommodation options here, and people take advantage of that because you see all kinds of tourists in Valladolid. It's known, this area, this part of Mexico is known for tourism. There's even a subway, believe it or not. Not that we would need that here, but it's there just in case you miss that junk food, that North American stuff. I think the market might resume here on this street. This is all part of the market. But we had to walk on this part of the street because now the sun is extremely strong, so we had to find shade. Can we fit through this? Yeah, I barely fit. Just don't touch this wire here. Okay, that's it. So we're coming back where the market is, not on the same street, but within the same area. Another hotel. Hotel Colonial Sachi, or however it's pronounced. This is a colectivo. That's the van that will take passengers from one municipality to another in Mexico, or at least in this part of Mexico. And I think we're ending up on the same main square here. That's what it looks like. So we did walk, we did do a few concentric circles around here because most of the stuff is concentrated here anyway. Real Hispano. Seems like the city got very busy. Like within those few hours that we were here, you can sense that there's more traffic, there's more people on the street, all of that. You can rent scooters here, bicycles, motorcycles rather. That up there is, I think, the central hotel in the city. I forgot its name, but apparently it's a luxurious hotel. It looks nice. Again, the main square. Okay, so I think that's where we walked from the other side, the other street. But apparently around the center here, all the buildings are like that, right? So we saw the remnants of the carnival, the town market. We visited that, and look at this restaurant here. This presumably has typical Mayan cuisine, Marina de la Luz. coffee shop, cafes. Souvenirs again. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll continue now that way towards the continuation of that street, and we'll see if if there are any markets there. If there's anything to to show there and to record. Another restaurant. These two presumably is a great spot. What's it called? Las Campanas. The bells rather. Excellent. So, for anyone who would want to try local Mayan cuisine, this will be the place to go. Besides La Casona de Valladolid, where we went, like everyone was able to see, there are many other restaurants with traditional cuisine. The good thing with La Casona is that it's an all-you-can-eat. It's a buffet, right? For 42, I think, Canadian, the equivalent of that, you get all kinds of dishes. I mean, you can eat as much as you want. You can literally overeat, and you know, that's what it is. But it's not something that we want to do today, you know, because we bought lots of food back in Tulum. So let's see here. Does the market continue? Probably not. Okay, this is another souvenir shop. Artículos de piel, artesanías. Ah, look at this great Mayan artwork. This is awesome stuff. You see? Those are typical Mayan faces. The Mayan nose, all that. Hola, hola. ¿Qué tal? Lots of artifacts here. Perfect. So, if you're looking for a souvenir from the Mayan heartland, this place here would be the place to get it. Another coffee shop. So, I see tourists coming from there, so I'm guessing there is something to see in that part of Valladolid as well. We'll figure out. We'll figure it out anyway. What's this building? Former Jose Maria Iturralde Traconis School. Okay, interesting. That was a school at some point. Now it's a theater. Art museum, street vendors. It's funny how this guy's carrying all those plants on his bicycle. His bicycle tuk-tuk. Interesting. Let's see what's happening in this part of town. This is where it's presumably becoming more interesting, because as you go further out from the center, you will get to neighborhoods where it's more and more locals. Okay, so that's the local bus stop where people are waiting for. Oh wow, look at the restaurant here. Oh, art. That's maybe an art store. But yeah, so this will be that bus stop for the collective van that will bring locals from one municipality to another one. So let's see around here. Yeah, this continues. So I wonder for how big is Valladolid, for how far it goes. Posada familiar Don Chuchi. Okay. Okay, so there's one last sequence from Valladolid. This here is that famous heart that everybody's taking pictures in front of. They position that object right in front of the main cathedral. That's right behind me right here. And we really enjoyed Valladolid. We knew it even before. We knew it was a nice colonial Spanish city, and we know exactly what they meant when they told us next to the road to be careful when we drive around here. And we noticed that there are noticeably more tourists right now. That it's almost 3 p.m. So all the tours are arriving. The tours that are going to Chichen Itza, the buses are stopping there. You can see it says Cancun on the bus, and then they stop here and they probably walk to the restaurant, La Casona de Valladolid. People go eat and then they come back. They walk around a little bit around the main square, and that's it. But we walked quite a bit. We didn't want to walk too much because the whole point of having a car is to be, to have the luxury to have your own transport, so that's the whole point. But regardless, we had to walk a little bit to look around the city, and it's a great city. Even this pigeon thinks that, right? You love Valladolid. Yeah. You just confirmed what I was saying. And we're going to go back to Tulum now. But yeah, what a lovely city, town.